I stop down the stairs, chipper and happy, go up to the barkeep and say, "I'll have one apple juice, friend."
You know what? You told me last night about your love of apple juice, and I was afraid you'd ask for it last night, but we have none.
This is a godless town. You are a horrible human being. Do you have cider?
We have some cider.
I'll take cider.
Okay. He pours you a big glass of cider.
About the time that I guess he says this is a godless town, if you allow this, I'm walking down the stairs and I hear that, and I'm just like, yeah, gods, who needs them? Who needs them? And I just keep walking down and join them for breakfast.
As I wait for the rest of the group, I think I have... How many daggers do I have left? 2 of 4?
God. You have... I'm counting 3?
Alright. Maybe I just lost
3
one.
daggers. Yeah.
I sharpen my daggers, take my breakfast, and then as the group comes in, I recommend that we head up to the capital in the area.
Altheras.
And ask about whirlwind. Or whirlwind.
Whirly.
Whirlwind.
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 Why are you putting an
Whirlwind?
emphasis on the H?
It's
Why
like
did
Cool
I say
Whip.
what play?
It's like Cool Whip. Cool Whip.
Cool whip.
Cool whip.
Cool Whip.
Cool whip.
The
hell's that?
starts this shit.
Why did I
again.
say what play?
Whirlwind.
This will just keep going, Neil, until something happens.
Something happens. You guys leave.
As we're taking breakfast, I guess, and I just assume Abigail stumbles down half naked. There's like 4 guys hanging off of her.
She comes down alone.
Horse comes down normally. I say, by the way, friends, we should take inventory of what we have and see if there's anything to sell, like a magical rod we forgot about for like 19.
Oh yeah, I happen to have one. Also, I think we should get some more potions since we have a useless cleric.
You know what? That's actually really good advice. Why don't you give me the staff, and as the salesman of the team, I'll do the best I can to sell the crap out of that thing.
I mean, you should find out what it does first in case we like it.
Standard procedure, Abigail, my dear friend. Standard procedure. I've done this each time.
Alright, you can have it.
She hands me the staff. I unfold my napkin, Neil,
Mm-hmm.
and I put the staff into the napkin, and then I close it back up.
Portable hole.
Yes.
It's not a napkin.
So,
Well,
Portable hole.
yeah,
apples and oranges.
I do have a question. In the, I think this is last week. I don't know when these notes were. I want to say it was week 35. I have myself getting 2 gems and 2,000 gold. Did I make that up? Or
2 gems and 2,000
That's
gold?
probably from Bregor's body.
Oh no, we split up money at one point in time, and
Yeah.
is that
I
from
think you
Breggers?
sold it, because now you have 2,822 gold, and you have no gems on your character sheet.
But where'd it go?
Well, I think you sold the gems and converted them to gold. Because you were
Okay.
pretty broke before that, and now you
Well,
are...
no, I was not. I sold that adamantite mace, man. I had a shit ton of money. I had like 4K, and then I bought the belt for like 2,000.
well, we'll have to deal with it on the break, I guess. But
Yeah. I'm just curious because I want to know how much money I have to go buy potions with.
In your girdle of many pouches, you have your spell components, you have 20 sticks, and you have all the gold.
Yeah, it just says all the gold, and then up top it says 2,800 gold.
Yeah.
I thought I had more than that, but if not, then
maybe you had 4,800, and then you spent the 2,000 on the belt, right?
maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
We'll look.
Okay.
We'll see what chat says. Anyways,
So we leave there, Neil, unless one of them says anything, and then we make our way to Altheras.
Altheras. Okay. It is a... if you walk casually, you can get to Altheras in 2.5 days. If you push it, you can get there by the end of the second night. But
it
that's
was
pushing it.
4K. I gave 2K and the 2 gems to the wizard for information. Whatever the wizard's name was in that one
okay.
town. That's what.
There you go.
New
How much
chapter.
gold do I have, Neil?
Jeff, you have 4,726 gold and
Right.
4 silver and 5 copper.
Oh, Jesus. You're getting super specific. Okay. I guess we just walk at the brisk pace to get there by the end of the night or whatever.
Okay, so you push it.
Yeah.
You push it hard.
Yeah, we
And
push it real good.
Yep.
Yeah. You walk.
We pushed it.
You leave early in the morning. You walk until the sun's already set. You make a camp as best as you can, and then you wake up at sunrise and you do it again. And you get into Altheras, the capital city of the kingdom of Altheras, because these people are not very creative. With its nice big wooden walls, wooden and stone walls actually. By evening, the sun's already set by the time you get there, and especially in the forest, it's much darker than where you're out in the plains or something. So there's some guards with torches up on the walls, and they see you coming. The city is again like completely shrouded in a forest. If you're looking at the map, like there are trees that grow up to the wall, and then like throughout the city there are also trees. It's like a fairly forested area.
Yep.
And they see you approach the wall, and they say, "Our gates are closed in the evenings. State your names and business."
Evening, friends. I'm Vincent Longborn, and these are Brager's boys. We are hoping to rest our heads.
Brager!
We traveled quite a ways here. We mean no harm, and if you could open your kind gates, we may even be able to make trade as well.
We've heard stories of armies to the south.
Hey,
We've been on the careful side. We do not let people in during the night, just in case.
well, we've killed a bunch of dragons in the mountains. We're really fucking tired. Can we come inside? We don't mean you any harm. We're actually here to protect you.
My diminutive, tiny, little dwarven friend means to say, friend, is that we are enemies of the army you speak of. If you have the policy not to open up your gates, I understand. These are trying times. I just ask that you perhaps look upon us, notice that we're not an army, hear our tales of destroying said army where we see it, and perhaps give us one night's rest as well.
Dragons. They're dead.
Shut up!
Speechless.
Gives you a quizzical look and disappears off the wall. And you can hear on the other side of the door, you can hear people talking. And then like a small door within like the giant fucking gates opens up. And a man steps out wearing plate mail and a long sword on his side, holding a torch. You can clearly see that he's some sort of officer. He says, "I've heard what you've had to say. I think our king would like to speak to you."
Very good, friend. Very good.
You will be under escort. He kind of as you say something, puts his hand up and says, "You'll be under heavy escort the entire way to the palace. We do not know you. So, if you do anything out of line, we will kill first and ask questions later."
These are trying times, friend, and I should warn you as well, if I see a white V in there, your head will be the first to go to the ground.
A white V?
That is the banner of the army, friend.
He nods. Lets you in, and the kind of has you waits with you by the front gate while some troops assemble from other parts of the city, and then a group. When he said heavy escort, this guy was not kidding. You were surrounded by 20 people, 20 armed guards, chainmail, spear. He goes himself with the plate mail and the longsword, and another officer.
So to be clear then, Neil, they don't know who Vincent Longborn is.
No, they have no idea who Vincent Longborn is.
I can tell.
But they have heard of Brager's boys, and that's why we're getting such an escort. As like we're being escorted, I'm be like, this is very proper. I'm just kind of like nodding along and be like, this is as it should be.
Someone said, kill first and ask Christian Slater.
Yes, Christian Slater.
So stupid.
Well,
pretty
maybe
funny.
they have a cleric spell where they can interrogate the dead.
That's so stupid.
Kill first.
That shouldn't be that funny, man.
It's so fucking random. He's such a random actor. Holy God. Alright, sorry.
All right, so you guys approach the palace, as it is, and the king is woken from his slumber, and you were brought before him, not in the like grand hall, but around the war table where he generally meets with his people. Vincent, you've been in a castle most of your life. You know, this is clearly like the war room, and the guy from the gates leaves along with that escort, and you are now surrounded by the king and 6 of his personal guard. And again, just for emphasis, you would know that like your father's personal guard are pretty fucking tough.
These
You
are
know,
badass.
like, yeah.
Full plate mail, sword, shield, all that shit.
No shield.
Okay.
King, I greet you and thank you for your hospitality. I fear I do not know your name, otherwise I would give you better honors, but thank you for seeing us.
I am King Alraz. The first.
Alraz of Altheras.
My father was not a creative man.
Yes. I am Prince Vincent Longborn, and these are my friends. That is Abigail, that is Horace, and that is Azrael.
I wink at him when he introduces me.
We are but travelers, adventurers, really, friend. We're on a mission to defeat the army that your guards spoke of and clear this land of dragons.
The dragon bit is why they woke me. They say that you have slain many dragons.
Told you to get us in.
Several, friend. A white dragon in the pass. We did slay
pass?
there. The mountain
There are no
pass.
passes that go south.
Just the mountain pass. High Vale mountain range. We crossed over from the other side. We've defeated
I've
a
said
mist
before,
dragon.
there are no passes to the south. There are a few to the east, but to the south there are none.
And it seems I have information to give you as well, friend. We did come across several encampments of the orcs, denizens of the army of the V, that were clearing a path through the mountains. It looks that your land is soon to be invaded. You'll be happy to hear, though, we did put a stop to the ones that were working for now, at least. But
Interesting.
long story short, yes, black dragons, mist dragons, white dragons. We've defeated all that we've come across. And was there
And
a
why is it that you come to our town?
We are in search of the legendary weapon known as whirlwind, that we were told was in the
Whirlwind.
High Vale
Whirlwind.
mountain range.
As he
and,
says that, the four officers just like,
Whirlwind.
my friends here thought it wise to stop by your fair kingdom, notify you of our presence, but also ask if you perhaps have wisdom to share on such subject.
I'm still.
I know of Whirlwind. It's a legend that's been passed down in my family for generations.
Any information you can share, friend, and we will seek it out so that we can complete the weapons and defeat these dragons and save the land.
You have the others?
We do.
May I see them?
I unsheath Harbinger and hold it out in front of me, but I don't make any way to like hand it over to him or anything like that. Just hold it out.
Are the legends true? Do they speak to you?
These legendary weapons graft themselves to the owner, and they do communicate, yes.
If I were to put my hand upon the blade, would it speak to me?
Perhaps not, friend. We've ran that experiment before, and they do not like to be passed around, as they say, like a bar trick. They have a lot of pride, these weapons, I've learned.
I ask for not as a bar trick, but only to confirm that these are what they are.
Oh, I understand.
The
No,
legend of the whirlwind.
I mean,
has
you
been-
no disrespect. They say that. Like I said, they have a lot of pride.
Whirlwind
Horace
has been
here
passed down
just joined
for
us.
generations as something to keep safe. And
Understandable.
if you are truly gathering these weapons to destroy the armies to the south, I need to know. If you're telling the truth, I need to know it now. If you're lying to me, I need to know it now.
Neil, as they're having this conversation, I have Crawford in my hand, and I ask if he senses his brother.
No, not here.
Horace, allow the king to lay hands to your spear, please.
So I grab the spear, and in my head, I ask him if can the weapons get a sense of what's going on around them, the conversations
They
happening.
somehow seem to, not always. It's kind of hit or miss. Sometimes they understand what's happening. Sometimes they don't. Maybe they're lying to you. It's not really sure, but sometimes they know exactly what's going on around them.
So I just ask him if it's okay.
He knows. He claims to know where our brother may be. I would speak with him.
Okay, so I hand them over.
Okay. Azrael, in your head, you hear Crawlfort saying, "Soon, I believe. He's not here now, but if this is true, soon, my friend, soon."
Does it ride
king-
its evil hands together, Neil, while it says that, or is that just implied?
Blah, 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 blah. The king kind of gently reaches out and sets his hand and kind of like closes his eyes as he does it on the spear. And Vincent, you notice all of his guards in the room now have their hands on their swords, and like some of them have their sword drawn like a half an inch out. They're all like really fucking on edge. The king stays that way for a few seconds and releases it and says, "Okay, it seems you tell the truth. I will awaken our our sage immediately." He looks to one of his guards and says, "Loris, take these men.
Loris.
Take these men to wash and clean up."
King, before I leave your presence, I can't help but to notice, actually, that your guards spoke of this army. You're aware of it. I would make you aware, as together we're stronger than separate, that the King of Elves, as well as the Stormtide Kingdom King, are raising banners and joining, well, hopefully they're joining forces. That's the word we spread to them. And perhaps if you seek allies, you might want to reach out to them as well.
We've heard word from them. We've been in touch. But this Tide's End has never been good to us. Tide's End has many, many times raided our borders. We do not have a friendly history.
I understand, friend, but in times like these, sometimes
yes,
sometimes
could
those
never
are the
be
allies
certain
you
whether
need.
their words were true or whether they were seeking to throw us off guard. We must be careful. And the elves have not spoken to us in many, many years.
Now that you know that I tell the truth, just know that the legends are true. There's a raping and pillaging army that is taking over the lands, and they have dragons at their side.
Okay. So you get led away by Loris, who takes you to a room where there's some food and some water, and there's some servants running about, like, gathering stuff for you. He lets you know that they've drawn some baths if you would like them, and that the sage will be here within an hour.
I thank them for their time. Are we in separate rooms?
No, like there's like a common
One room?
room where there's
Okay.
like food laid out.
And baths in here?
There's no baths in here, but they've drawn baths in another part of the castle where they will take you, or the palace where they will take you if you want a bath.
Yeah, I request a bath at once.
We will have a bath for you.
I'm not super suspicious or anything like that, but I'm definitely on guard because this is all moving very quick. So I don't eat any of the food or anything like that, and I stand and my hands on the hilt of Harbinger like the whole time.
Okay. Azrael, you get a bath. It's a nice piping hot bath. There's even some like nice smelly salts in there, like some bath something, some bath oils. I don't know.
Do they take crawl? I guess when I get in this thing, I have to obviously derobe, but I make sure that Crawlfort doesn't leave my side, so I bring him to the bath with me.
Well, yeah, I mean it's. It's a bedroom that you get brought to, and someone's brought in like a tub. It's not like built into the room. It's someone brings a couple of servants bring a tub.
So there's a
Built-
servant in here? I
mean, he helps you disrobe and everything. Like he's a fucking
perfect.
servant.
Oh, it's a
You're
he?
getting treated like a goddamn prince here, man.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm getting at. Before the
Can
servant...
I roll? I'm going to roll for hotness for servant.
It's
Oh,
a guy.
give me-
It's a male servant.
Still, he's not that attractive. So.
He's only a 9. He's only a 9.
9. Very low. Yeah.
She's like, not even Abigail's gonna
Even
do it."
Abigail's not pleased with this.
Neil, before the servant leaves and before I get in the bath, I request I say to the servant, Crawlfort requests to be shined immediately. Can you bring...
Sorry, my lord. Who's Crawlfort?
I say...
He's my little hammer that talks to me.
That's actually what I say. I say he is my god, and I point at the hammer and say like, and he wishes to be oiled and treated rightfully so.
If Abigail's
I'll go
nearby,
grab
she's
you
like,
a rag immediately. And he runs out of the room to go get a rag and some oil.
Okay.
Okay.
If Abigail's nearby, she's gonna say, he's talking about this dick.
Nearby. He's in a private room. The rest of you take up the opportunity.
Yeah, what are you guys doing, Abigail and Forrest?
Chilling.
Other
I'm
than
still being
the-
careful. If I see anything suspicious, I'll be on guard.
I have no actions.
Okay. The servant comes back with a rag and some cleaning oil and polishes the shit out of Crawl Fort for you.
Perfect.
And near the end, like just as he's like finishing up and just kind of like taking a look at it all around, making sure that everything's good, all of a sudden he drops the hammer and like yells with like, "Oh my god, what the fuck!" and runs out the room.
I grab the hammer and be like, "What scared the boy?"
The hammer's just laughing its ass off.
I laugh as well. Then I get into the bath with the hammer at the side, holding on to it the entire time, and I'll just wait there till the scribe is here.
He seems to like the warmth.
I ask Crawford, would you like to be in the bath as well?
This is
Okay,
getting
dude.
weird.
What'd he
it's gonna be
say?
Some weird fanfic here.
I love the warmth.
Guess it could fit.
Yeah. No, I put Crawford in the other side of the bath.
All right.
No, it's
uh,
not what-
And
Somewhere else.
I talk to it by putting my big toe on it and relaxing on the other side of the bath.
you guys have a pleasant conversation in the bath.
Totally. Yeah.
Okay.
So Neil, how would you call like having a sexual orientation upon objects?
There actually is
You have
that.
to ask the Japanese that.
Guys, if you had your god in the same room as you, you'd fucking worship it like this too. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's called paraphilia.
Good
Doesn't
to
exist
know.
in this world.
Just looked it up.
Okay, there you go.
Anyways,
Yeah. So,
waiting.
so eventually,
Cameras.
Azrael comes back from his bath. He looks all clean. His beard's like freshly braided, and he smells nice.
Yep.
And you guys are in your room hanging out when the king walks in with a wizened old man, kind of bent over with a long, scraggly beard, carrying this giant fucking book with him under one arm, and manages to come into the room and set it down on the table in front of you. The king introduces him as the sage. He refers to him simply as the sage. It's kind of like almost a title. You're not sure if it's a title or if it's just what, but you know, if you were to read it in a book, the T and the S would be capitalized.
Okay.
He sits down with you all and says, "These are the men I spoke of, and we would love to know. Well, we need to know where Whirlwind is." The sage kind of opens the book and starts like paging through it little by little, and then he comes across some notes, and he like turns it around and just like pushes it straight over towards you, towards the party in general, and says, "The Black Bark Forest to the north is where our great grandfathers tucked the bow away."
Do you know anything of its guardians or defenses? This Harbinger was guarded by a dragon itself, actually.
The guardians of the bow are fearsome and terrifying indeed, though not as you would expect. The bows were given to a group of wood nymphs to keep safe.
Are those like elves? like small elves?
Crazy old man smiles and says, "Similar, but not quite.
Okay.
Nymphs are beautiful creatures of the woods. Size of a human, but pointier ears. They say, and I speak of no legends, this is not a matter of hearsay, but they say wood nymphs are so beautiful that simply looking upon them can blind a man. And looking upon their nude body may outright kill him. Their beauty is that great. And this is no natural beauty. This is magical.
Now, hopefully you guys can gather this, but we like to think of ourselves as defenders of the good and champions of the right. So, are these nymphs? Do they have to be our adversaries, or can we reason with them? Are they charged with giving the bow to a worthy champion, or are they just guarding it against everyone and everything?
I do not know. This is many generations back. No one has seen the nymphs nor the bow since. Don't know if the wood nymphs even are alive anymore, but they had hidden it away in the black bark forest. They were charged with guarding it. What guarding it means to them, I do not know. But nymphs are neutral creatures. They worship the forest. They love the lands. They
Okay.
neutral in their alliance and cares, nymphs do not fight but flee if confronted by an intruder or danger, he says to you. Nymphs are blah 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 blah. Looking at a nymph will cause permanent blindness unless the onlooker is lucky, he says. He reads to you out of the book. These beautiful females inhabit only the loveliest of wilderness places, clear lakes, streams, lakeshore places. Nymphs prefer a solitary existence, but very occasionally a few will gather together in a place of spectacular charm. Animals of all types flock to a nymph if petted, to be petted and caressed, forgetting their natural enemies. Like a druid, a nymph believes in the sanctity of nature and her environment, and will try to keep her lair safe and pure. She will heal wounded animals and mend broken trees and plants.
I ask him, what if a female looks upon them?
I use man in the general form. Men and women alike will be blinded or killed by looking upon a nymph.
Well, that's
He
disappointing.
kind of like glances at Abigail and says, and besides, you know, ladies, they all kind of go both ways anyway. And cracks like a creepy old man grin.
I say, true dat.
You've been very helpful, friend. And the king's with him, right?
Absolutely. The king's just sitting by his chair, arms crossed.
His name is Arthas?
No, that's the guy from... his name is Alrat. Arthas is from Warcraft 3.
Nice. Lord Alrath, we'll be making our way to that forest, of course, if you permit it, very shortly. We do, however, have a magical staff that we'd like to perhaps sell if you could help us in that, in terms of if you have use for that, maybe. But also, it would seem that looking upon these nymphs is a great danger, so I'm wondering if there's any kind of magical item that could help us with that. If not, then I'll be doing this blind.
He shrugs. The reason my great ancestor said it with the nymphs is somewhat of a family secret. Let's just say that nymphs can be gazed upon by the right man, although it is a danger. We had my ancestor's cousin came with him once to hide the weapon, to hide whirlwind, and had been blinded ever since. I mean, he's dead now, but it's dangerous. Okay. It is not something that can really be... It's not a fight you can make with sword or stone.
Understandable. But it's, well... Okay. You both have been tremendously helpful, and I'm very thankful for this. Is there anything we can do to repay you? Is there any problems that you have that we can help you with, or anything like that?
I think your quest is noble, and for the good of the world, I would do what I can to assist you in it.
You are very kind, King. We've come across very few kingdoms as noble and true as this one, so just know that if our paths should ever cross again, we are in your debt, and if you need help, you just need to reach out to us, and we will come to you.
These are sad times indeed. 1,000 years ago, I think every king that you passed upon would reach out of their pockets themselves to help you. The world is not as it should be. Men grow greedy and desire power. It's no question why they call this the Age of Might. Unless
And that is why we must fight, my friend. We must make this a better world.
I agree.
I stand and offer my hand to both the sage and the king.
The sage takes it, the king takes it.
Shake and say, then, if it's to your pleasure, King, we'd like to rest for the night, and then if you could give us a guide of some sort to at least lead us to that forest, that would be fantastic. And if there is a wizard that could perhaps identify this magical staff that we would like to sell to you, that would be great as well.
I have no need of magic staves, but
Okay.
I can direct you to someone who knows more. I can provide you with a guide, horses, and a small contingent of troops if you need.
Troops would be
Fantastic,
great.
That sounds
Well,
I don't
great.
know what you would need them for with the nymph, but if your
We've
quest
learned
is
that
to
there's-
succeed, that more people.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll come up with something.
We've learned that there's usually more danger than what is told. That's usually the way it goes, especially when retrieving weapons that kill dragons. Typically, dragons don't want you to get said weapons.
He nods.
You've been very great, King. Thank you so much. We shall rest for tonight and make way tomorrow.
Okay.
That should
JP?
be a break point, I think.
Yeah, we'll take a break here. Does anyone want to do anything else with the king before we do? Otherwise, we'll just go to sleep and then.
I want to do something outside of going to sleep, but not with the king.
Well, go ahead. We'll just do it now.
I want to buy a bandana.
Dude, you're thinking the same thing as me.
Guys, we're gonna take a break. We'll see you in 3.
It's not. I'm not joking, but okay.
But for real, me too. I want to make.
All right.
Before you go to sleep, you want to buy a bandana?
I buy a bandana.
Dude, it's like 2 in the morning. Where are you going to buy a bandana?
Buy a bandana tomorrow, then. I don't know.
All right.
We're gonna go bandana shopping.
All right, whatever.
Jeff, JP, I'll see you in an hour.
They're going bandana shopping. They're going to create a bandana in the world of. What is this world
I'm the
called?
first
again,
to
Dan?
begin this fashion trend.
All right. 3 minutes.
Yeah, we'll see you guys in 3 minutes. Thanks everyone for watching. We'll be
Later.
back with hour 3 right after this.